Do you ever find yourself playing out an entire conversation in your head before it even happens? Maybe you spend hours agonizing over a simple email, or you lie awake at 3 a.m. dissecting a comment someone made weeks ago. You know that voice? The one that won't shut up, always running scenarios, predicting disaster, and analyzing every little thing? That relentless mental chatter that's overthinking. It's an exhausting cycle that robs you of your present and paralyzes your future. It steals your peace, but here's the good news. You don't have to live this way. This episode on KB Bluetree is your guide to shutting down the noise. We're going to give you the practical tools to quiet your mind, reclaim your focus, and start doing instead of endlessly thinking. Get ready to break free from the overthinking trap. Go back to KB Bluetree, where we provide the roadmap to a more insightful and intentional life. Today we're tackling one of the biggest silent productivity killers, overthinking. This isn't just about being a deep thinker, it's about a crippling habit of excessive, unproductive rumination. It's a common misconception that overthinking is a sign of intelligence or conscientiousness. But really, it's just a drain on your mental resources. It's the difference between planning a vacation and spending a month debating between two hotels until it's too late to book either. We've all been there. Stuck in the analysis paralysis loop. The core of the problem is that overthinking is fueled by fear, fear of failure, fear of judgment, or the fear of making the wrong decision. It's a mechanism our brains use to feel in control of uncertain situations, but ironically, it just makes us feel more anxious and less capable of action. You create problems in your head that don't exist in reality. The time you spend overthinking is time you could be spending moving forward, learning from mistakes, or simply enjoying your life. Our mission here at KB Bluetree is to help you shift from a state of constant internal debate to a state of confident, decisive action. Over the next few minutes, we'll dive deep into the specific ways overthinking manifests, providing you with a complete breakdown of its true cost. Then we'll share a powerful 7-step playbook to retrain your mind. Don't forget to like and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more insightful content. It truly helps us bring these valuable lessons to more people who need them. Let's get started and turn off that constant mental treadmill. Problem: overthinking isn't a single issue. It's a constellation of destructive mental habits. To solve it, we first have to understand the specific ways it shows up in our daily lives. The most obvious manifestation is analysis paralysis. This is when you have so many options, or you analyze the same two options so thoroughly that you become incapable of making a final choice. The decision itself, no matter how minor, feels monumental because you've attached a disproportionate amount of weight to the potential outcome. You might spend an entire afternoon researching the best brand of blender, only to realize the afternoon is gone and your kitchen still lacks a blender. This constant seeking of the perfect answer is a classic overthinking trap. There's also ruminating, which is the mental replay button that gets stuck. This is when you endlessly rehash past events, critiques, or perceived slights. You're not analyzing the past to learn from it. You're simply torturing yourself with it. You might replay a slight social awkwardness from a party 3 weeks ago, assigning it far more significance than anyone else present ever did. This mental time travel into the past is pure wasted energy. The overthinker is also prone to catastrophizing. This involves jumping to the worst-case scenario almost instantly. A delayed response to a text message must mean the person is angry, or a minor mistake at work is immediately interpreted as a sign you're about to be fired. Your brain acts like a Hollywood screenwriter, always producing a high-stakes drama where none is necessary. The emotional toll of these habits is immense. Overthinking directly correlates with increased anxiety and stress. When your mind is always running, your body's fight or flight response is subtly activated, leading to fatigue, poor sleep, and a constant state of low-grade tension. This mental exhaustion then feeds back into the overthinking cycle, making you feel less capable of making clear decisions, which in turn makes you overanalyze even more. It's a truly vicious loop. Another sneaky cost is the destruction of spontaneity and creativity. Overthinking chokes out the ability to just try something. The fear of an imperfect result stops the creative process before it can even begin. They're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect feeling, which of course never arrives. You send a signal to your subconscious that you can't be trusted to choose correctly. This is why you feel the need to keep asking for external validation, or spend hours reviewing your own choices. You are constantly invalidating your own judgment, which makes the next decision even harder. This is a critical point. Overthinking isn't just annoying. It actively undermines your confidence and your ability to live a proactive life. It turns you into a reactive passenger in your own life instead of the conscious driver you are meant to be. Understanding this true cost, the cost to your peace, your energy, and your confidence is the first crucial step toward change. Now that we've seen the face of the enemy, let's talk about the weapons we can use to defeat it. Solutions. The path out of overthinking involves retraining your brain through conscious, repeatable habits. The goal is not to stop thinking entirely, that's impossible, but to shift from unproductive rumination to productive reflection. Here are 7 actionable strategies you can start implementing today. First, employ the 2-minute rule for action. If a task or decision will take less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately without thinking. Don't debate sending the email, just write and send it. Don't contemplate washing the dish, just wash it. This strategy cuts off the initial seed of overthinking and builds momentum, showing your brain that action is often faster than analysis. It's a powerful micro-habit. Second, establish a decision time limit. For decisions that are more complex, assign a specific non-negotiable amount of time to analyze them, say 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or a single day. When the clock runs out, you must make a choice. Understand that after a certain point, more analysis yields diminishing returns. Accept that a good, timely decision is almost always better than a perfect, delayed one. Third, practice scheduled worry time. If you find intrusive worries or ruminations popping up all day, give them a specific quarantine time slot. Perhaps 6 p.m. to 6:20 p.m. When a worry arises outside that window, acknowledge it and literally tell yourself, "Thanks for the heads up. I'll deal with you during worry time." This trains your brain to postpone the rumination, allowing you to focus on the present moment tasks. It's a form of mental boundary setting. Fourth, implement the 80% rule. The overthinker strives for a perfect 100%, which is often elusive and exhausting. Instead, aim for 80%. 80% effort or plan is often ready to go now. And the remaining 20% can be fixed, learned, or improved along the way. Perfectionism is overthinking in a disguise. Accept good enough and move on. Done is infinitely better than perfect. Fifth, externalize your thoughts. Overthinking thrives in the echo chamber of your mind. Get your thoughts out of your head and onto paper or a screen. Journaling, using a mind mapping app, or even just talking to a trusted, non-judgmental friend can break the cycle. Seeing the worry written down often exposes how illogical or small it really is, forcing you to confront it in a tangible way. Sixth, use the cost-benefit analysis of ruminating. When you catch yourself overthinking, ask yourself 2 simple questions. What is the cost of continuing to think about this right now? For example, missed work time, elevated stress, lost sleep. And what is the benefit of continuing? Usually none, unless you're actively problem-solving. By quantifying the cost, you motivate yourself to stop and redirect your mental energy. Seventh, embrace mindfulness and sensory grounding. Is future or past focused? Mindfulness brings you back to the present moment, which is the only place where thinking stops. When you're stuck, consciously engage your 5 senses. Notice 3 things you can see, 3 things you can hear, and 3 things you can feel. This simple act of sensory grounding pulls your attention away from the abstract noise in your head and anchors it firmly in reality. Remember, consistency is key. Like any muscle, your mind needs repetition to build this new habit of decisive action over endless analysis. Stick with these methods from KB Bluetree, and you'll see a profound shift. Success story. I want to share the story of Tiffany V, a member of the KB Bluetree community who came to us struggling intensely with overthinking. Tiffany was an ambitious project manager, but her constant analysis paralysis was crippling her career. She would spend days writing a single email to a client, constantly worried about the exact phrasing and how it might be misinterpreted. This meant she was falling behind on actual project deadlines. Her personal life was also impacted. She spent nearly 3 months agonizing over which graduate school program to apply to. analyzing every single course description and potential long-term outcome, till the application deadlines for her top choices had passed. She was stuck, exhausted, and felt a deep sense of failure because she couldn't take action. She knew she was smart, but the overthinking made her feel incompetent. Tiffany began by implementing the decision time limit and the 80% rule. She forced herself to draft emails in 10 minutes and send them, accepting the 80% effort. She consciously focused on making a decision, any decision, related to her work, and then resisting the urge to check or second-guess it later. She also started the scheduled worry time to contain her anxieties. The transformation was remarkable. Within 6 weeks, Tiffany reported a massive drop in her evening anxiety. The email workload that used to take her hours now took minutes, freeing her up to focus on strategic planning. She finally committed to a graduate program, applying within a 1-week window she set for herself, and she was accepted. The specific results were clear. She moved from consistently missing internal deadlines to receiving a promotion for her improved speed and efficiency. Her key takeaway was that overthinking wasn't protecting her. It was a self-sabotaging behavior fueled by a fear of minor imperfections. By replacing analysis with action, Tiffany V didn't just become a more efficient worker. She became a more confident, peaceful person who trusted herself to handle whatever came next. Her story proves that you too can break this cycle and step into a life of decisive action. Call to action. The journey to stop overthinking doesn't end when this video just begins. Your next step, your first act of doing, instead of thinking, is to choose one of the 7 solutions we discussed and put it into practice today. Don't overthink which one to choose. Just pick the one that resonated the most. Start small, maybe with the 2-minute rule. Remember, the voice of the overthinker is a deeply ingrained habit, but habits can be changed. Every time you consciously interrupt a cycle of rumination with action, you are building a new, more powerful mental muscle. You are teaching your brain that you are safe, capable, and ready to act. You deserve to reclaim your mental clarity and your energy. If this video helped you take the first step toward a quieter, more decisive life, please show your support.
Guys,
Hit that like button right now. Share this video with a friend who you know struggles with analysis paralysis. And most importantly, like and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more insightful content that provides real, practical solutions for real-life challenges. We're committed to helping you transform. Join the KB Bluetree community and let us know in the comments below. Which one solution are you going to implement today? Stop thinking about it and just type it. Your future, decisive self will thank you.